3 days ago, nobody knew if Justin Baldoni would even show up. His legal team went completely silent. No confirmation, no response. Blake Lively's attorneys were so frustrated, they filed an emergency motion accusing the defense of gamesmanship, demanding the court force an answer. And then on April 9th, the answer came. He is coming. Justin Baldoni filed a court document confirming he will testify in person at Blake Lively's trial, not through a deposition tape, not through a lawyer's summary, in person, under oath, in front of a jury, on May 18th. And he is not coming alone. Welcome to the Marquee Report. This is the development that changes everything about how this trial plays out. Let's break it down. Let's start with exactly what the April 9th court filing said, because the language his team used is very deliberate. Baldoni's team wrote, "Defendants will be serving an amended witness list reflecting that dismissed defendants, Justin Baldoni, producer Jamey Heath, and crisis publicist Melissa Nathan, will appear to provide in-person testimony as their testimony remains relevant to refute plaintiffs' false allegations of a smear campaign." Geo News. Every word in that sentence is intentional. They are not saying he has to testify. They are saying he wants to. That his presence, live in person, under oath, is the best weapon his side has to fight back against what they are calling false allegations. Now here is the detail that makes this decision genuinely remarkable. As of April 2026, Baldoni is not a named defendant in any of the 3 surviving claims. The remaining defendants include Wayfarer Studios, a PR company retained by Baldoni's team, and the LLC set up for the film. Not Baldoni personally. All about lawyer. He does not have to be there. He could legally, technically, procedurally stay home. Watch the whole thing from a distance. Let his lawyers handle it. He chose to walk in anyway. That tells you everything about the strategy his team is running. And it raises a very important question. Is this confidence or is this a mistake? Baldoni is not the only confirmed witness. 2 other names in that filing matter enormously. Producer Jamey Heath and publicist Melissa Nathan, who were both dismissed as defendants, will also testify in person. Yahoo! Jamey Heath was Wayfarer Studios' CEO. He was present for key decisions during production and named in Lively's original complaint alongside Baldoni. His testimony will cover what happened on set, what decisions were made, and what he knew about everything that followed the film's release. But Melissa Nathan is the most explosive witness of all. She is a crisis PR specialist. She is one of the people at the absolute center of the alleged smear campaign. The entire retaliation claim going to trial is built around what the PR team did and why they did it. And now the person who was running that PR operation is going to sit in a witness chair, under oath, and explain exactly what happened. Lively's attorneys have the text messages. They have the emails. They have the unsealed communication records showing what was planned and what was executed. And now they get to walk Melissa Nathan through every single one of those documents live in front of the jury. That cross-examination is going to be one of the most watched moments of this entire trial. And here is where this trial becomes genuinely unlike anything Hollywood has ever seen. Court documents show Lively's legal team named high-profile celebrities as possible witnesses, including Taylor Swift, a close friend of Lively's, as well as Ryan Reynolds, Colleen Hoover, Emily Blunt, Gigi Hadid, Alexis Bledel, America Ferrera, Hugh Jackman, and Jenny Slate. Yahoo! Taylor Swift, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Emily Blunt, America Ferrera, Gigi Hadid. Being on a potential witness list does not mean all of them will testify. Most of them probably will not, but the possibility alone tells you how wide and deep this case runs through Hollywood's most powerful circles. Ryan Reynolds is the most realistic wild card, and his text messages were among the most damaging unsealed documents, showing aggressive behind-the-scenes involvement and direct hostility toward Baldoni. The trial is expected to last approximately 1 month, with Ryan Reynolds and potentially Taylor Swift and Hugh Jackman on the witness list, though their appearances remain unconfirmed. All about lawyer. Taylor Swift's lawyers have worked hard to keep her out of this entirely. Her name keeps appearing anyway. Her song was in the trailer. Her texts with Lively were unsealed, and Baldoni previously attempted to subpoena her before withdrawing. Whether she appears or not, her shadow is over this entire case. Jenny Slate is perhaps the most underrated name on that list. She appeared in the film. Her unsealed text messages described the production as, and this is a direct quote, really gross and disturbing. She called Baldoni a fraud and the biggest clown in private messages. If she takes that stand, those words follow her there. Let's be precise about what Baldoni's live testimony is designed to accomplish. The retaliation claim going to trial does not ask the jury to decide if he sexually harassed Blake Lively. That question was removed from the case. What the jury must decide is whether Wayfarer Studios and its PR team took deliberate coordinated steps to harm Lively's reputation, specifically because she raised workplace safety concerns, and whether those steps cost her real money and real career damage. Will Lively claims she lost approximately $161 million because of what the smear campaign did to her professional marketability. Baldoni's team says that number is fiction and that any damage to her reputation was entirely self-inflicted. To win that argument, Baldoni needs the jury to believe 2 things. 1, the public turning on Lively was organic, not manufactured. 2, even if his PR team acted aggressively, it was legitimate self-defense against what he saw as a coordinated attack by Lively and her allies. Only he can make those arguments with maximum impact. A deposition tape cannot do that. A lawyer's closing statement cannot do that. The man himself, sitting in that chair, looking the jury in the eye, is the only way to deliver that message with the force his team believes it needs. Now flip the perspective entirely. Blake Lively's team asked for this. That urgent April 7th motion, demanding testimony confirmation, was filed precisely because they needed to know who was walking into that courtroom. And now they know. Baldoni, Heath, Nathan, all 3. In person, under oath, 5 weeks away. That means Lively's attorneys now have 5 weeks to prepare what will be the most consequential cross-examinations of this case. They have everything: the texts, the emails, the PR strategy communications, the deposition transcripts. They know what was said, what was planned, and what the paper trail looks like down to the date and timestamp. And they know exactly who they are going to be walking through that paper trail in front of 12 jurors. Blake will also testify. She has confirmed it. She wants to. And the contrast between her testimony and Baldoni's, delivered live in the same room to the same jury, is the moment this entire 18-month saga has been building toward. Here is where everything stands right now. May 18th is 5 weeks away. Justin Baldoni is confirmed. Jamey Heath is confirmed. Melissa Nathan is confirmed. Blake Lively is confirmed. Ryan Reynolds, Taylor Swift, and a list of some of the most famous people in the world remain potential witnesses whose appearances are still unresolved. After 18 months of text message leaks, legal filings, PR wars, subreddit battles, and dismissed claims, it is finally coming down to this. Two people in a Manhattan courtroom, telling their versions of what happened, in front of a jury that will decide which version they believe. We will be here for every single moment. This has been the Marquee Report. Subscribe and hit the bell. The trial starts May 18th, and you do not want to miss what comes next. See you on the next one.